Greetings and salutations, my fabulous fab folk. My name is Donnie K, and you probably know me as the Katsu player on the Siblings and Cardboard podcast, or maybe as a writer on Fabric.gg. What you might not know is that I'm also an aspiring Levia Shadowborn Abomination player. Today, I want to tell you about one of the best resources available for those of us who want to play Levia. Manzant of Savage Feats has created and runs a Discord community called the League of Levia. The League Discord is a flesh and blood micro-community focused on sharing experiences gained from playing with Levia and teaching the hero to newer players like you and I. Sometimes the other brute heroes are brought up in chat, but this is the house of the Shadow Brute, and here, she reigns supreme. Most of you know Manzant from his live streams on Savage Feats, where he brings us coverage of live events, and you probably know him as one of the most dedicated and enthusiastic Levia players in the world. Imagine being able to reach out to Manzant directly for help or comparing notes with many highly skilled and dedicated players in the public chat. Picture yourself reading personal stories from Levia Grand Masters, such as the one from Manzant when he spoke about the Road to Nationals that he recently won. The first time the flip was possible, I only had Husk and Endless Maw in Banish. I was so behind, I wanted to greed out for one more Banish turn to get 2 more attacks in there at least. By the time that option was available, I had 2 non-blocks in hand that would let me just play more aggressively, or basically IP myself to flip. I went into that RTN just for fun, so I went for the limit testing line of no flip. Now, imagine how useful it would be to get feedback on your latest deck list directly from players who have won tournaments with our favorite Shadow Brute. What questions would you want to ask if you could talk with someone who loves Levia as much as you and has proven their skill through verifiable tournament wins? That is exactly what it means to be a member in the league. Now, when you join, you'll be assigned a role as a new member. You can advance your role by proving your dedication to Levia via screenshots of tournament results and by being active in the community. The public chat is almost always popping, with over 1,700 members from around the world checking in around the clock to share the latest Levia gossip. If you're brand new to the hero, you're expected to learn. Ask questions even if you think it sounds silly. Now, let's be even more specific for a moment. Here's an example of how new players, like me, are handled in chat. On March 10th, 2024, Element Blaze, a newer member to the league, asked the question about Art of War and if they really had to have it to be competitive at their armory. Legitimate question, right? Element Blaze said, "Could I still do well with Levia without, say, Art of Wars at a local armory event? I see people include that card a lot." A few minutes later, AHN, a league member with proven victories from a non-English country, responded directly and said, "I play Levia without AOW for 1.5 years and I get quite some top 8. You don't need AOW that much." Question asked, question answered. That was easy. Since Levia's cards usually have long names and the league is mostly text-based, the experienced players tend to use a lot of acronyms, like shortening Art of War to AOW, for example. Now, there's usually context for what's being discussed and is often spelled out when a card is first mentioned. If you're not familiar with the names right away, don't worry, you can probably find it at the start of that section of the conversation. If this sounds like something for you, and trust me, it is, you should check out the link to the league I've included in the description. Everyone has to start somewhere, right? Why not give yourself your best chance at success with the hero you love? Go join up, say hello, and let everyone know you're there to be the best brute you can be. I'll see you in the league.